Today's an awesome day in the studio, 103.5 KISS FM. Your boy Jordan, and I'm sitting down with the multi-talented, your resume's huge, dog, Anthony Ramos. What's going on, man?
What's up, Jordan? What's going on, brother?
Not too much. How's it been in Chicago?
It's been great. I just got here. So
Cool.
And I'm so excited to be here. I love Chicago.
Yeah, so a little cold right now.
Yeah, but it's all good.
Yeah. It's totally fine.
A little cold ain't never hurt nobody, right? Yeah. Tough skin, gives you tough skin.
There you go. We were just doing our liners, and now I want to just give you boilerplate things to read, just so that we can put an Anthony Ramos spin on it now.
I'm game. Let's go.
I wish. Well, see, now I need something. I wish I had that, because that was the best. You and your flavor, everything, and I can tell that's really kind of what gives you your sort of style is that what you're doing is very one of one, just between the new music that you've got out. So how did you get into that? How did that come about, being in Hamilton?
So I went, I went to an open audition. So in New York, for anybody who knows how the musical theater world goes a little bit, or for anyone who doesn't know, really, in New York, the beautiful thing about New York is that you can not have an agent and still get seen, right? So at the time, I had no agent, no manager, no nothing, and I was kind of I had just done Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas, I was a singer on a cruise ship, getting my Saturday Night Fever on. and I was in New York, and I had just come back, and I was yeah, no one knows who I am at all. They already didn't know before I left, but I was on the water for 7.5 months, so they really don't know who I am, so I got to get out there. And I went to an open casting call at Telsey casting company in New York for a different musical. And they were yeah, you're totally not right for this, but we got this thing called Hamilton's Mixtape, super underground. They were only taking appointments for it, and they called me in for it, and it was crazy because I was doing a different show at the time at Radio City, and kind of on the sneak, I was doing these callbacks for Hamilton. They kept calling me back. Right. I was okay, dang, that's what's up. All right, let's go. And it was totally going to conflict, and this wasn't even for the production yet. They were doing just a developmental lab of it. It was just 4 weeks, super under wraps. They were just doing a workshop of it. And I do my 4th audition, and I do it for the whole team. And just the room kept growing, getting bigger and bigger every audition. Finally, I do the last one, and I go to work at Radio City, and we get there's a sign on the board, and they're hey, everybody, just don't bother coming. Don't bother signing in. Just come up to the large rehearsal hall. We got some news. And I'm we fired. And sure enough, 77 cast members, we got laid off. It was bananas. Wow. And but 2 hours later, they're hey, so we heard about you losing your job. We'd like to hire you for Hamilton's Mixtape. And that was how I got in. That was my foot in the door.
Look at God.
Yeah, come on, look at God. Ain't that right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and then. That started my journey with the show. That's
awesome. So that's not only the only thing, I guess I should say, that you've done with Lin-Manuel, because you are a part of In the Heights as well, which is huge because you're also from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, tell them a little bit about what In the Heights is and why that's so important.
Yeah, I mean, In the Heights is about this, Latinx community, it's predominantly Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, right? And this community full of these Latinx folk, and it's the movie's about love and culture and hard work and family, and it's told through the eyes of my character Usnavi, which is the role that Lin-Manuel played on Broadway when he originated it and wrote it for himself, which was wild to be doing the movie version of it, and him being at Video Village every day. He's watching us on the monitors, and I'm the dude that wrote the role is locked in, he's here with us, and it was amazing to have him there. And Kiara, who wrote it, she produced the movie as well, and it was and the movie is told through the eyes of this bodega owner, right? He owns this corner store, and he kind of sees people coming in and out of his store every day, and he basically narrates what his day-to-day life is like and what he's about to walk you through in this film in the first song. right? And for anyone who hasn't listened to it, I would encourage you to go check it out, In the Heights. Just listen to the first song, right? And that'll tell you everything you need to know about what you're about to receive in the movie, right? And it's, you know, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and you know, me, you know, being of Puerto Rican descent, man, and a part of the Latinx community, I don't feel like we've gotten to tell our story, especially in Hollywood, right? In this kind of way. So I'm really grateful that you know, that was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I'm so excited for people to have this film.
That's awesome, and In the Heights is one of my favorite stories. So when I heard that Lin-Manuel was adapting it to film, I was just like, whoa, this is gonna be crazy. Such an incredible just tale in general, and real, down to earth.
It's a story about people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not no crazy, fantastical thing. Like, it's like, you know, the girl who went to college, who didn't feel like she fit in, and she came back home, and she feels like a failure because she left, right? And her dad's trying to convince her to go back. Her dad's like, well, maybe I should sell the business that I worked so hard to build my whole life. Maybe I should sell the last half of the business that we still have left, right? Like, and she's like, no, Dad, don't do that. You know, and there's that back and forth, right? That child and parent dynamic, and you know, Usnavi's trying to get out. You know, like, I think, at least for me, growing up in New York, and when you grow up, you know, at least, you know, Usnavi's neighborhood is a lot like the neighborhood I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and anybody who grew up in these particular areas know that, like, you made it if you moved to Florida. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like, oh, we made it. We live in Orlando now. We got a house, and like, and that's dope, and it's fire, right? Like, and you know, we all want to live where it's nice and hot, and where there's beach or sand, right? Or some of us, at least like Latin people, we love the beach.
That paradise vibe.
Yeah, that paradise vibe. But this guy realizes that, like, yo, he never had to, right? He slowly realizes that, like, I've been trying to run away from home to find my answers, but home has been where my answers have been all along. You know what I mean?
It's life.
That's life, I feel, right?
Yeah. So you shot this whole movie all earlier this year, correct?
Yeah, we shot the film. This year. Yeah, we wrapped in August.
Okay, and your new album, The Good and the Bad.
Yeah, that
was also all this year.
Yeah, we were mixing the album while I was shooting the film. So I'd be like listening to mixes in between takes.
That is crazy.
I'd be like, yo, bathroom break. See y'all in a second. They like, he not using the bathroom. And I'm like, we gotta raise the volume on the bass in this song. All right, bye. Gotta go.
Like sitting in the stall, like
sitting in the stall. Not even. I'm like, yo. They're like, where's Ramos? I'm like, he's gone. He'll be back. But it was dope. We wrote the album. This album came together. We wrote 21 songs in 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I got signed in January, and then all of a sudden the label had me out. They had me out to LA to go write this album, and it was like years of stuff that I guess was inside of me that I didn't know needed to come out. Right, for sure. Came out.
No, and it sounds like it on this album. It's very honest. It's very truthful. I'm surprised that not only did you put it together in such a short time, but you were able to, like you said, you know, bathroom breaks, figure out the mixes, still work on it while you're making.
We shoot music videos too on Saturdays. It was wild. Wow. We were we would do filming in the Heights from Monday through Friday, and Saturday we shot Dear Diary, the first song on the album. We shot The Good and the Bad.
That is crazy.
It was wild, man. I was like cross-eyed, you know what I'm saying? I was coming to work like, yo, where am I? But I love it, man. I love it. So
you got a lot of different sounds on this album. The Good and the Bad, the song itself, the music video, Mind Over Matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That not only is the song just like the song is great. The song is great. It's got such good up tempo energy, you know, and that's what I like about the album too. Is like it flows, it ebbs and flows. But that video in particular, I was like, yo, this man is cold. This is so good. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Could you tell me about kind of how that came together?
Yeah, so I shot that video with my fiance, Jasmine. So like, you know, the song is called Mind Over Matter, and we called it Mind Over Matter because it's about about making love to someone you actually love. The lyrics are, when we making love, real love, we take it deeper, mind over matter. When we making love, real love, it's like a healer, mind over matter. And then we talk about all the scenarios. I say, yo, we listen to a lot of songs about people just kind of hooking up or getting together on a one night stand or whatever. Like met shorty at the club, took her back to the crib, did what we did. You know what I mean? Whatever, right? And I'm like, yeah, there's a space for that, but that's not my life, yo. And that's not most people's lives. Right? And but I think that's why we love that music, because we're like, oh, that's that
club
vibe. Yeah. But it's like most people ain't living that life.
Right.
Most people are in a relationship or trying to, they're just trying to make it work. I said, where's the song for the people who've been together 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 15 years, right? It's like, I see you over there cooking while you over there looking like a 5-course. I walk over to the kitchen because I feel a little smitten with the way the oil pour. I put my hand around the waist. I put my cheek up on your face. I turn you around so you can see what you cooking up in me, right? I want to be generous, a little more tenderness, feel you feeling better than you did before. I'm taking it serious, a little more time with it, emotional, physical. It's so much more, because when we making love, real love, we take it deeper, mind over matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you're making love to somebody you actually love, it becomes less about you and more about them, right? I'm going through your body to get to your mind, right? Every single time.
So from now on, my interviews, they have to do that. Don't tell me about the song. Give me like the little snippet of it, and then keep it going. Like I wasn't ready for. I was like, oh wait, that's that Anthony Ramos. I'm interviewing Anthony Ramos. That's why this is happening right now. Yeah, no, that like between the lyrics and just the choreography, and then what had me cracking up is at the end was the smoke alarm.
Smoke alarm, went off. It was getting like, steamy, and we like, should we address that?
And I was like, oh, they're on a new level. That's awesome. That everything is kind of a reflection of your life and everything that you've gone through, and I think that there's like you said, that's something missing in music right now. So it's awesome to not only hear about you, be able to listen to your music, but have you in these spaces where we can talk about where music is going, what culture you're trying to push in terms of how the culture that everybody talks about in general is going to move. So.
There's enough of that, right? Like there's enough people doing that, right? Like I'm gonna go ahead and take my chances, because I got nothing to lose, really. You know what I'm saying?
And it's working out.
Yeah, hopefully, right? Thank God.
So I ask everybody like a weird question at the end of these. And I just want to pick your brain on this one. Yeah. Let's say a meteor is coming to Earth. We knocking us all out. We got maybe 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
3 minutes and 46 seconds.
What one song are you going to play?
Wow. What song?
Yep.
Wow. How you going to do me like that? There's actually a song now that just came out called If the World Was Ending.
Okay.
By my boy JP Sax.
All right.
I probably play his song.
All right.
I be like, JP, it's for you, all right? Before I go out, we're gone. But if the world was ending, you come over, right? That's like those lyrics of the song. I'll be like, hey, Julian Michaels, they killed that. But
it's perfect for the moment then.
Right. Yeah. And then hopefully Jasmine would be there. And if not, then I'll try to make it to her in the 2 minutes and 50 seconds and have 10 more seconds with her and listen to If the World Was Ending. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Right. God willing, right?
Yeah. But
I'm like, dang.
You
ask that to everybody that comes on here? I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah. It gets a little dark towards the end of it.
That's okay. It's all right.
Let everybody know where they can find you. What's coming next?
Well, you can find me. My website is AnthonyRamosOfficial.com. It's same name on Instagram, Anthony Ramos Official on Instagram, and Facebook, A Ramos Official Twitter. And check my album out, man. I wrote this album about a guy who thought he needed. Ironically enough, shot this movie about that. Right, a guy who thought he needed to leave home and figured out that home was where all the answers were, and then coincidentally the album was about that. Never thought it would be, but that's what it became about a guy who in Dear Diary wrote this love letter to home, and he tells his family, thank you for everything, and his loved ones, but I gotta go and figure out who I want to be and go chase my dreams, and goes on this journey and does the whole thing. The industry party, has a long night. He's they take a spontaneous trip, then he's making passionate love to this person. Then this person's like, we're not in a relationship, And he's like, whoa, I thought we was doing that. And then he goes down, he's like, all right, let me tell you the little lies, maybe that'll make you take me seriously. And then we get down to woman. Well, if I could have loved you like I was a woman, then maybe if I could have loved you with that power, with that love that women give, right, that only a woman can give, maybe this would have worked out. She's gone, figure it out. He's lonely. Either way, his homie pulls him out of the rut. And then we get to the good and the bad, because I feel like, that really, life, the fullest life we could live is in the middle of good and the bad, which is why we named the album The Good and the Bad. And then we get to come back home when he realizes, maybe I should just go back home and start back from the beginning. And, I encourage everybody to go check it out. This story means the world to me, and I hope that y'all can get something from it. And because I know I got so much from it, and I poured my we had a great time making it. So I hope you have a great time listening to it, and God bless.
It is a great album, Anthony Ramos. Thank you for coming in, man. This was awesome. Chatting it up with you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Best of luck to you.